Hi there, Catherine Walker here, Company VP from Dallas, Texas area, and just wanted to share with you that sometimes in our businesses we might feel frustrated. And so I'm going to talk to you about some coping skills on feeling frustrated in your business. So first of all, let's talk about what types of things might frustrate you in your Park Lane jewelry business. Maybe it's hard to get bookings. Maybe a second thing would be the bookings don't hold when you get them. Maybe people don't return phone calls, or they don't answer your calls when you try them back. And maybe people don't RSVP, and that frustrates you. So there are things that are going to make you frustrated in this business. And so I want you to ask this question of yourself. Does that make you irritated with Park Lane or with the people that are causing this? Because it's ultimately not really Park Lane's fault that this is happening. And it's really not about them saying no or not doing these things, not calling you back, not holding the bookings. It's really how it makes you feel and about them not doing it. And so it's a reaction to what these people are doing. So what I want you to do, and just as a little exercise, is think about where you are spending your time. Okay, because people are going to frustrate you in the business, and how you react to that is important. So where you spend your time, if you look at this sheet of paper, I've drawn a triangle. And I've made lines across it in different areas. So draw a triangle. The top line, the line A, is going to be the smallest line. And the smallest line are the people that you're dealing with in your Park Lane business that are new to Park Lane. They're new. They're just being introduced to it. The line that is right here is the B. These are your contacts that are kind of always going to be all in for you. They're the ones that would really, they love Park Lane, they're addicted, they're your junkies, okay? And then line C down here is the biggest line, as you can see. It's the widest part, and it's the people you're chasing constantly. It's the people that you are always trying to get to come, and it just sometimes doesn't pan out, and they kind of keep frustrating you and disappointing you. So what I want you to notice is how much time you are spending and where you are focusing your time. Because sometimes if you actually flip this in reverse and be spending the most amount of time with people that are new, that are being introduced to Park Lane, that's the business that is going to help you to not be as frustrated. So we understand that we need to be spending the most amount of time with our people that are new, and that we are bringing Park Lane to them and introducing it to them, because they then can get excited and get bookings and go on from there. So next is, I want you to think about who is really driving fashion trends. Fashion trends are actually just totally created by the market that is 15 to 24-year-olds. So what does that say to you? How can you use that in your business where you might be directing a lot of your time and focus and energy? Where do you think, if people are driving the trends and all of that, who do we need to be showing our jewelry to that is on trend? And so that gives you kind of a little new thought, that the 15 to 24-year-olds, are they part of your client base? Because they should be. The third thing I want you to consider is your why. When you are floundering or feeling frustrated and like you have no direction, when you feel like you're in a slump and you're just kind of dragging around in your business, it's usually time to relook at your why. Why are you doing Park Lane? Our why can change over time, and it's continually important to revisit so that we know why we are doing what we are doing, because it gives it more clarity and more importance, why we're doing it. Now, the fourth thing I want to have you write down as a little exercise is think of the 5 things that you can't seem to get going right now. The 5 things that aren't working in your business, and write them down. It might be, I can't get bookings, or I can't recruit anyone, or I can't have high sales. So write down your 5 things that you can't get going right now. Now, I'm going to give you a few minutes to do that. Now, change the word can't to won't. Change it from can't to won't. What does that say to you? Jack Canfield writes in his book, Principles of Success, that the number 1 principle that you must take 100% responsibility for your actions. You are where you are because of choices that you have made. The only behaviors you can change are your own. So we need to find creative ways to make it happen. We can find lots and lots of excuses and lots of I can'ts, but what we really need to take is full responsibility for the I won'ts. And when you switch that around in your head, it strikes you a little bit harder and makes you realize you're more in charge and you have more power than you realize. So we can definitely make a difference with that. And this is a good formula to use on what can you change. Okay, there's stuff that you feel like you can't, but really that's an I won't. So what can you change? And this is a good formula. Event plus reaction equals outcome. So the event could be that your show didn't hold. But your reaction to that is what gets us frustrated and feeling like I can't get bookings and I can't make them happen. And that's a reaction, and we are actually in charge of our reaction. We have control over that. And that's going to equal the outcome. A lot of times the outcome can be that it is postponed instead of canceled because of how we handle it. Postponed means it's going to be on our books at a later stage. Canceled means she decided not to do it. And a lot of that has to do with how we react. So I want you to know that a lot of times we waste our time on stuff that we shouldn't be, or waste our emotions and our energies, instead of redirecting that to something that's positive that will lead us to happier things in our business. And frustration is a feeling, and so the actions that are happening are what's out there, but we have total control of our reactions. And I'll leave you with a final quote you may have seen on Facebook at some point, but I love this. It's very hysterical to me to think about. That a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You just won't get anywhere until you change it. So you guys, your challenge is to change your can'ts to won'ts and then change them back to I wills. So you guys have a great day and a wonderful end of April. Take care.